Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my November favorites, and these products are very similar to many of the products that I've bought during the sale season, mostly the Sephora sale, so it may be a little repetitive, but I've been just testing and playing with these products a lot, and out of everything, these are the ones that I've been reaching for and loving. So if you're interested, continue watching, grab yourself something to drink, let's hang out. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tania. I'd love for you to subscribe down below. You can also follow me on Instagram for more reels, and let's get started. Of course, like always, I will have inserts of me applying like this makeup, and that will include a lot of the products that I'm talking about today. But I have 2 perfumes, a pair of clothing, some jewelry to talk about, and then makeup. So I'll put timestamps down below. That way, if you're not interested in an area, you can just kind of skip ahead. All right, you know what? I actually have one hair product. This is the Day Cactus Fruit 3-in-1 Styling Cream. I bought this during the Sephora sale, and I love this so much. This is kind of like an all-in-one product. It is amazing for sleeking back your hair if you want to do a sleek back bun. It's great for my curls. I actually really like it for my curls. It has a hole to them, but it doesn't weigh them down, which is very important, and is the only one I use when I curl my hair, and then I diffuse it. And then this is great for putting just all over the hair before you blow dry it. Like today, I obviously have it straightened. This is day 3 or 4 of my hair like this, and I only used this before, and then I blow dried it smooth. So this is really a standout product. I'm very impressed. I don't get impressed about hair products a lot just because I use a lot of Orbe Kerastase, just Kevin Murphy, things like that that we use in salon all the time. But this one really did impress me. For perfumes this season, I've been wearing these 2 a lot. The first one is the Nette. This is the vanilla fragrance. I bought it during the Sephora sale, and I love it. It's a beautiful, a little bit brighter vanilla with a little spice in there, but it has a little bit of green tea in it, which makes it fresh and also a little spicy at the same time. I love this. It lasts real well on me. I've been reaching for it obviously a lot. Also, I like to layer it. I sometimes put vanilla, Kayali Vanilla 1828. The vanilla one. And I mix it with this if I want to make it a little sweeter, but even on its own, I think it is a beautiful fragrance. I love the bottle. I think it's sleek, and it's a great one mostly for now winter. Honestly, all year round, but vanilla, it is a little bright in the beginning because of that tea and those spices, but it kind of mellows down and becomes warmer throughout the day. So I think it's a great one. And for what it is, I think the price is right. And then the next one is the Byredo Black Saffron. Now, this is a new fragrance to me. And if you know me, you know Byredo is one of my favorite fragrances. I have a lot of fragrances, but for some reason, I reach for Byredo over and over again. There's something about their scents that to me is a little bit more elegant, hence, you know, the bottles, but also softer and unique scents without being overpowering. Now, the Black Saffron, I didn't love it the first time I sprayed it on. It felt very masculine and leathery, but almost like a dirty leather, and that's just on me. But once it dried down, I could not stop smelling myself, so I ended up purchasing the big bottle. In Byredo, I always purchase the big bottles. I don't ever purchase the 50 ml just because I use them a lot and I go through them quite fast, so I always purchase the big one. But this one, I'm going to read you the notes, and I do think that you need to sample this. I don't think this is a blind buy, although it's kind of popular in Byredo. So the top notes are saffron, juniper berries, and grapefruit. Middle notes are leather and black violet, and I smell those very strongly, and not just in the middle notes, just throughout the day. Leather is very in the front. And then the base notes are raspberry, cashmere, and vetiver. I mean, all of these I love. I love leather perfumes. Okay, so you kind of need to like leather. And I think it's a very unisex. I don't think it's very feminine, but I don't think it's very masculine either. I think anybody could wear it, and it would smell amazing on them. I think it's something unique, beautiful, very potent, mostly for Byredo. I think this is one of their stronger fragrances, and I think it's beautiful. It's been my go-to. I think this will always remind me of winter, 2023 winter time. Now, I have had so many questions about these earrings right here, and these are from Amazon. These are very inexpensive, and I brought all of them here because they come in 2 different sizes. The bigger ones right here, like this, these are more of a statement piece. These are the smaller ones, which I've been wearing mostly. And then both of these come in silver and in gold. And these are the tiny gold ones. These are from Amazon, like I mentioned, around the $16 range, I think, for both of them, silver and gold. I've been loving the silver, the big ones, the big chunky silver. I think they look really beautiful. I think these are a dupe for some luxury earrings. And they're great. I love them so far. They've been, wearing really well. I've only had them for, a month. It's very light. It's not heavy. And I like the color. I like the color of the smaller ones a little bit better, but they sell a larger size. These are the 25 millimeter, and this is the bigger one. This is a different brand than the small ones, but the small ones had bigger sizes as well. But I just wanted to test different styles. That's why I purchased from different sellers. But these are the earrings that I've been wearing a lot and had so many questions on Instagram because I've done a lot of my reel, like everyday lip reel, and I've worn these quite a bit. So I thought I would include them in here because they really are a favorite this month and so inexpensive. I have here one clothing item, which is actually a set, but I have it in 2 different colors, and these are the Abercrombie set, jogger set, the YPB Neo Knit. This is what I've been wearing. I think in my last video, I've even posted about it on my Instagram and got a lot of questions about it. I'm just going to insert a picture of this and link it down below. But this other color is the one I've worn in another video that I got so many questions about it. And this is just a set. I get the bottoms and the tops. I get a size small in both. I'm usually, I would say, a medium in most of the things, but I kind of liked it quite cropped, so the top is cropped. I think they have a longer version as well. I also have the top in white, and it's like a little bit off-white. It's so beautiful and crisp, and I think it looks so elegant. So these sets, these 2, are absolutely wonderful. I really love this green color. I think it's unique, and of course also this kind of gray-green taupey mix is wonderful. I have been living in those. I've been trying to go to the gym a lot more, and I've worn those. I just feel like I look put together but not too exposed, and I feel very comfortable in it. So those are all the fashion, perfume, random stuff, and now we're gonna move on to makeup. Now for the makeup, I've tried so many things this month, and I truly picked the few things that really impressed me that I use over and over again. And first of all, let's start with this brush set, and I don't even think I have them all here. I found the box. It is the BK Beauty and Nikki collab. This is the Pro Artist series, and I cannot tell you how much I love this product. This is very much what I like in brushes. All of them aren't super dense and packed, so they're kind of movable even though you have a lot of bristles in there. My two favorite have to be these two. The N17, this is kind of like a foundation and powder brush in one. I love the foundation side. It's not as dense as like the BK Beauty 101 or anything like that, but the way this blends any foundation, even my stick foundations, is so mesmerizing. I think it does an incredible job. And for the convenience of it, I love having the powder and the foundation brush in one. And then the powder side is absolutely wonderful. It reminds me a little bit of the Wayne Goss airbrush. I use this for powder all the time. And I feel like this is this in a dual brush. It kind of gives me the same effect, and it's very soft as well. So I think this is a brilliant brush. I know that they're going to come out with selling these individual in 2024, January maybe. So I will absolutely stock up on this one and the next brush, the N14. It says that it is a petite precision multitasker. I think this is a perfect concealer brush. Absolutely fantastic. I also think it would be great for contouring, like applying the contour. I think it's also going to be great for powder, like if you want to just touch up smaller areas. What a fabulous brush. Also, you could use it on your eyelids. It's a little denser for what I usually tend to use on my eyelids, which is why I really like their other one. This is the N13. It's, let's see what it says here. It's the Precision Pro Blender. And the reason I like this so much is because it's a little airier. So it's very easy for me to blend in without applying too much product. And I think it's fabulous. Again, all the other ones are great, but those two, I think, the face ones, the N14 and N17, are absolutely incredible. They're kind of taking over my other brushes, and congratulations to Nikki, to BK Beauty. They created pretty much a masterpiece in my opinion. So I'm going to make sure to link that below. If you're interested, go support them. An incredible, incredible collaboration. Now for foundations, I bought 2 foundations during the Sephora sale, and really I've been reaching for them a lot. I love these, both of them, the Valentino and then the Dior Forever Skin Glow. The one I'm wearing today is the Skin Glow. There's something so beautiful about this product. It just looks very perfecting, smooth with a glow, yet it lasts all day long. I cannot emphasize that enough, because for a glowy foundation to last this well throughout the day, I can work out in this and it'll still be there, is quite surprising. I mentioned before that it does dry down quite quickly, so I feel like I have to moisturize underneath pretty well and blend this out quickly. I don't need to let it sit on my face and then try to blend it out, because it will stay. It will literally stay where you put it. But I think it's a beautiful foundation. I use this more when I want to feel a little bit more put together, a little bit more dolled up. It's not the most coverage. It's not full coverage. I would say it's medium coverage, but I still, for some reason, feel like I'm wearing super flawless makeup that covers everything without it actually covering. It just makes my skin look very perfected. So this is a great discovery. And then the Valentino is a little different. This is a little bit more watery, more serum-y, even glowier and more moisturizing. I still love it. I pick this one when I want to wear more of a minimal makeup, because I feel like I can get a lighter coverage with this. I can build it up to a medium, which I almost never do. I would say it's a light medium on my skin. I use a very little of it, and it just looks like I have nothing on. This is much more undetectable on the skin than the Dior, but I think the Dior is more high performance than the Valentino. I'm not saying the Valentino doesn't last on me well, but I wouldn't go work out with Valentino on and expect this to last through my sweats. But it has a beautiful, radiant finish, very moisturizing, very skin-like. I'm quite impressed. And then the last one that I've been reaching a lot for is the Chantecaille foundation. This is the Future Skin Oil-Free Gel Foundation. It's one of my favorite foundations that I own, honestly, and I've been reaching for it a lot more just because I've been doing that everyday lip combo. So I kind of had to use makeup daily pretty much. And this is just such an easy skin-like, gives nice coverage. It just evens out my skin. Very luxurious, yet very skin-like. So it's a wonderful one. All right, that's it for foundation. For concealer, I've been reaching for the Tower 28 so much. It is quickly becoming my top maybe 3 concealers of all time. I have it in 3 colors today. I used the color IE, which I think it's the number 6. It's definitely my most used. I love the shade 4, 6, and 7. Those are the ones I have. But the shade 6 to me is my perfect one because it has a slight peach. But the way this blends on my skin, how creamy it is, how hydrating it is, yet it gives such good coverage. It truly is a masterpiece, in my opinion. Mostly if you have dry under eyes, amazing. But I've also been picking up the Forever Skin Corrector Dior. This is in 2WP. And I think because I've been testing out their foundation, the Dior Skin Glow Foundation, I was like, wow, I remember loving this concealer. I've been picking this up a lot lately and I love it. It's such a good concealer. Again, it's not super heavy under the eyes. It's not drying. It blends in really nicely. Just amazing. And it's great all over the face. Now, I've played with my YSL concealer a lot as well, and my Givenchy concealer. Those two are also incredible. But yeah, I can't mention everything, but those are the ones I've been reaching for and absolutely loving. Now for bronzer, I have reached for my Chanel bronzer almost every time I do my makeup. This is just their cream one in the shade medium. It is that cream formula, but do not be afraid. Even if you don't like creams, I think this would be a great one to try to kind of dabble into cream bronzers because it doesn't stay sticky on the skin. It's not too emollient. It's almost a little bit whipped. It's just so reliable. I don't even have to think about it. I just put it on. So I've been reaching for this a lot lately, but where is my palette? Here is my baby. Now this Danessa Myricks Groundwork. Wow, I can't believe how much I love this. This is my best friend, truly, because it helps me with everything. I use the color Chiseled so much that I'm afraid I'm going to hit pan on it soon. And to be truly honest, I use the cream side so much more than I use the powder. I almost sometimes forget about the powder unless I do my brows and I need something to set that down, or I do my eyes with it. But I tend to use this a lot for my face. I contour with this, I bronze up with this. I love this in the brows. I think it does such a good job, which I forgot to record that one. I love the sandstone color. It's the beautiful cream color. I can set my eyes with this. I can even pinpoint, correct certain things, or highlight on my face. I think this is such a brilliant palette. I've had times when I use this on my lips as well. Blush a little bit. The only blush is the core one. Or I've been taking Harvest with Sandstorm and combining those for a very bronzy blush. I don't use it for blush as much, but I love it on the eyes. I absolutely adore it for contouring and kind of shaping the face. I think this is such a revolutionary product that we needed and we didn't know we needed. And in the beginning, I thought the pans were just too small for the cream side. But I've been doing just fine. I get a smaller brush and stick it in there and it works great. And then I blend it on the skin. One of my favorite purchases this year. And I skipped on this when it first came out because I was like, well, I don't know, looks boring. Although I'm a very boring girl when it comes to makeup. And This was made for me. Let's move on to blush. Now I have here, of course, the Valentino blush in shade 4. I want to say I used this 85% this month. This is the blush that I reach for over and over again. I adore it. I adore it on the eyes. I have it on right now. I just think that this color is so unique. It's kind of rosy. It's kind of peachy. It's a little bit of glow, you know, it is the Valentino blushes, but I adore this color. I think it is so stunning. It looks beautiful on the skin, a very unique blush color, and I haven't been able to find a dupe for this specific color. Not even the formula, just the color. I find it so unique. So yeah, this is my #1 blush this month. For sure. So happy I bought it. But another one that I've been reaching for is the Rare Beauty blush in the color Love. I think just because it's fall, winter now. I love this color. I think it's beautiful. It looks great on the lips as well, but you need a dot, okay? Otherwise, you shall be red. Your cheeks will be loved by this blush. I just take a dot on my hand, take the brush and work the product into the brush and then go on my cheeks. It lasts absolutely all day, and the actual product will last you a lifetime because it's just such an intense color. The highlighter of the month has to go to the KJH brand. I'm in love with this product. I ordered 2 more colors during her sale, so I'll have 3 out of her 4 colors. I ordered the light gold and then the copper one. I didn't order the bronze one just because it had a lot of warmth in it. But the other ones, I think I'm going to be able to pull off. Also, I really like her brush, and I would love to have it for either contouring or concealer. So I thought, why not do it? She had 30% off her website. Now, I know these are incredibly expensive, and are they worth the money? I think for what you get, it's worth the money, but I don't think it's worth getting it over and over again. You know, I feel like she should sell these individual, and I thought I saw her online saying that hopefully she'll be able to bring them separately, to sell them separately, but she ordered like a big order. So anyway, logistics, you know, but you get a serum, you get the actual product, the highlighter. This is in light pink. And then you get her brush. And maybe it's just the makeup artist in me, but I just love being able to customize my highlighter, and I can use the serum on the eyes. I can use the highlighter on the eyes. I can use the serum on my lips. I've been mixing the serum with other products as well. So for me, it's definitely absolutely worth the money just in general. I think the highlighter does such a good job, not just on bare skin to highlight it. It's also great over powder. It will not lift that. Now you don't want to go and like rub it on. I kind of gently pat it on top of my cheeks, and that's kind of how I wear it. I can customize. If I want a lot more shine, I'll add more serum in it. And if I just want the product by itself, the pigment, I'll just put this without the serum. So there's just so many ways you can wear this. You can touch up your lips with it, like highlight the center of your lips. I just think that this is such a good release. It's very much my style, and for me personally, it's worth the money, but I do think it's very expensive, and I'm really hoping that she will be able to sell these individual, because that would make a lot more people be able to try these rather than have to purchase the set every single time. I think the set is $75 for these 3. Moving on to eyes, I have here my YSL palettes that, you know, guys know I already talked about them so much. I have the 400. I think I've already used this in a video. I have here my 100. I've also used this one in a video, and today I wanted to show you the color 300 because I thought I showed it to you, but a couple of you said in the comments that you haven't seen it on my eyes, and I think you were right. I don't think I've actually shown it on camera. The 300, I would say it's my perfect everyday color story. I tend to like a little bit of warmth in my eyeshadow, not too much, just a little bit. I think it helps my skin tone. And so this has been that eyeshadow palette I just use daily. I think the mattes are the silkiest mattes that I've ever tried. They are a little bit powdery because of that, but it's not excessive. It is a very blendable, soft, again, very silky. When I use these mattes on my eyes, it definitely shows that it's this super smooth texture on my eyes. I think this formula, they knocked it out of the park. And then the shimmer is, again, very soft, beautiful, not too intense, but it's definitely there. Like you see the sparkle. This shimmer has a little bit more gold than I usually reach for, but I still love it. I still think it's very wearable, beautiful. But if I were to change one thing, I would make that sparkle maybe 20% less gold. And that's just personal preference. Just because in general, I don't reach for golds that much. I do reach for warm tones, but whenever I put a sparkle on top, it's usually more champagne color or more white. So for eyes, I feel like that's kind of what I've been reaching for a lot. Again, the Danessa Myricks as well. So what I would do, I would put the Danessa Myricks and then I would reach for these Mauve Sparkle Balms a lot. I have this color. This is in 130 and there's one in 129 and that is white. This has a little bit of champagne in it, a little bit of peachiness there. So that's the tone that I like on my eyes. Let me put just a little bit right here so you can see. See how it just takes a little bit that gold away. That's kind of what I reach for on a daily basis. And I think this product is so good from Mauve Beauty. I've talked about it quite a bit, so I'm just going to leave it here. But this is one of those toppers that I reached for quite a bit. Another ones are the Merit Single Shadows, specifically the color Brun. Oh, I think this is such a good kind of fall all over the lid one and done shadow. It's a darker brown. It's not warm. So I feel like the color has a little bit of coolness in it, but it's not too much. And I think this is so smoky and wearable, but it has a soft impact on your eyes. And then again, it stays on all day. You just kind of have to blend it in quite quickly. I've been reaching for these a lot for that everyday look when I still want to be put together. And then the one last thing that I want to mention is the Kulfi bronzer. Bronze Brocade. This is the eyeshadow, single eyeshadow. Look how much I've used of this. This is a lot for me. It's kind of like a mousse texture. It's a super shiny, almost glittery one and done shadow. In my stories or my Instagram reels, I got so many questions about what I had on my eyes every time I wore this. And it's beautiful. It's a very blendable. Once it sets down, it sets down. I think it's a beautiful one and done product. Okay, I think that's it for the eyes. The mascara I've been using a lot is the Jones Road mascara. Now, I wouldn't say I didn't like it when I first tried it, but it was just too wet for me and a little bit too messy. Now that it has dried down, I adore this mascara. It has this big old wand. Look at that. That's super massive. And that's a great thing and the negative. Because it's so big, you can kind of be messy with it. So it kind of gets everywhere. It really depends on your application. But even me, who I feel like I'm quite careful, I can still get it places. I just wait for it to dry and kind of scrape it off. But wow, this mascara, let it dry down a little bit, you know? So in like 2-3 weeks after you purchase it, it's going to be great. Again, in the beginning, it was a little bit too wet for me, so I didn't want to reach for it as much. But now that it dried down and I can wear it on my lower lashes, which is a miracle because everything that I put on my lower lashes smudges. But this is the mascara of the month for sure. Okay, last category, and that is lips. Now, because I've done my everyday lip in November. I have missed a few days and I'm kind of bummed, but I was sick quite a bit this month and I just didn't have it in me some days to put lips on. But the one product that maybe it's a new discovery for me and I have fallen in love are the Givenchy Velvet Lip Creams. The colors I have is 60 and, wait, no, 09. I was like 60. 09 and 12. I love them both equally. I don't prefer one over the other. Today I combined both of them just a little bit. There's something so unique about this formula. I do have a negative, and that is the applicator. And it's not the actual applicator that I don't like. I don't like that there's not a good enough stopper in here. So you get quite a lot of product in the middle where it dips right there. Let me see if you can see. This is almost like an hourglass shaped wand. But the product gathers a lot in the center because it has... It does have a stopper, but it's very mild. So a lot of product comes out. So I find myself having to scrape the sides and take some of that product off because then I put way too much. But because I love this product so much, I'm going to overlook that and still love it and use it. I've purchased one more color. It hasn't arrived yet. I think it's the color 53. I'm so excited about that color. I think that's going to be a beautiful winter color for me. The formula is very interesting. It feels a little bit whipped. It does have a lot of color, but there is some translucency in the beginning because it is that velvet. Ooh, I don't want to call it sheer because it's not sheer, but it just has that softer blur to the lips. So the pigment is there, but you kind of have to work with it just a little bit. I feel like I make it sound so bad. It's really not that bad, but I want to be very detailed in what I'm telling you because these are $42 each. So that's a lot of money. I got them on sale. So if you expect that liquid formula that has full opacity in one swipe, this is not it. This is more of a whipped texture. It's more that blur effect on the lips, which I think is super modern. It's a very innovative. And I think it represents very well the velvet sheer lipsticks. That formula is, again, super revolutionary and blurring and soft. I think this represents that very well, but in a cream formula. They're very comfortable. I've never had an issue feeling them drying on the lips. I think they're quite long lasting. They're not completely transfer proof. See right there, it has a little bit of transfer. They're not drying at all, but this, I think, out of everything, was the standout this month. And I have to mention this Dior color. Now, this is the lip maximizer. We all love them, right? Everybody loves these. But this is in the color Coral, and I just think it's such a unique color. And it's not too corally. I usually pair this with just a brown liner, and it just does something to the color of my lips. I do have a reel using this with a brown lip liner. And I feel like that's one of my favorite looks I've done just because I love this lip gloss so much. It's tingling. It's very plumping. I wouldn't say that it's super plumping, but it definitely fills in all your lines in your lips. So I had to mention that one as well. But besides that, I think that's it. I think those are the products that I wanted to mention in November's favorites. There's a lot of other products that I've tried in November, but maybe I haven't had enough time to test them out for them to become favorites. And these are just the ones that I've been reaching for and absolutely love them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video hanging out with me, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.